Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time, back with Dustin and Jonathan from Convoy Home Loans. How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. So I took a week off. It's like we haven't talked in a couple of weeks, and lo and behold, you guys are changing the market. You went ahead and got access to a new warehouse line, which allows you to kind of match conventional rates. So educate the audience on what a warehouse line is, why is it an important part of your business, and what that has allowed you to do going forward.
Yeah, so it basically allows us, even though we're in a way, brokering out a lot of our loans, right? A warehouse line gives us our own access to funds that we can, in a way, allocate and give out to our own clients. Now, there's a cap on it, so we can't like just fund the entire world with it. We're capped on how much we can fund. But what we end up doing is essentially we're in control now. So when we fund a loan, our warehouse line is going to be the one that's actually paying off the previous mortgage for the client that we're working with. And then, obviously we're not a servicer, so we're not going to collect the payments, but we're going to get that sold so that our warehouse line again for the following month has just enough funds to give out to everybody, that come through the door the following month.
Yeah, so let me kind of summarize how I see a warehouse line. And again, where I'm off, you can correct me. Basically, what you have been given is Convoy Home Loan has a big old credit card. You are then taking in mortgage demands, making your own business decisions, taking your own, you're making all of the decisions. When that client signs on the dotted line, it consumes credit on that credit card. Then your job, what you do as a business, because you're not a servicer, is you package those up and you sell them off. And obviously, you're looking to make a spread, which pays your bills and keeps the operation running. But by selling them off, it replenishes the line. So you just keep recycling this money over and over again. Is that kind of a fair summary?
Yeah, correct.
Oh, very cool. I like it. Like I've done this before. So this new line has given you the ability for the audience now to borrow non-QM at near or exactly conventional rates, which it's kind of crazy to think about. So let's talk about what this has allowed you to do in the marketplace, because it can be game changing.
Yeah. So, I mean, when we say non-QM on this sense, yes, it includes DSCR, it includes bank statement loans, asset utilization as well. Like all of these come into play. So, for the last, I think I want to say 2 months, there's been like conventional started dropping in rate and non-QM kept going up, right? So the spread between the two ended up starting to become like 2%, 1.5%, 2%, right? Sure. And so, but in the interim, in the last like 2-3 weeks, conventional started going back up.
Correct.
So now conventional investment loans are back in like, let's say the sixes, right? Sure. What used to be like 5.8 for a slight period of time, and now it's back to sixes, 6.5, 6.6. Like, it's going back into that range. So for us right now, we were like, we really need to figure out a way to really bridge the gap between conventional and non-QM. So with these new products we kind of have done that in the most simplest sense. We have 30 years that are basically conventional, same as low as what was it? We checked this one, it was like 6%.
Yeah, right? 30 years at 6% on our DSCR loan.
Yeah.
And this was 2 weeks ago we were doing these at 7%.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, this is a big deal. And it's really interesting because, again, obviously I follow the market every day, and you're right. There was like a 6, maybe 8 week, maybe 10 week window where the non-QM market went up. I'll say got nervous. You can say whatever happened, but they got a little skittish because Wall Street was buying and they weren't buying as much, and they were lowering the loan limit. I mean, it's just they got weirded out. And then conventional stuff went down.
Yeah.
I now think the 30-year, I now think the 10-year just broke 3%, right? I think it broke 3.1 yesterday. I think it goes up from here. I think the Fed's got 100 basis points increases on the funds rate between now and the end of the year. I think all of that impacts conventional. I think non-QM, for the most part, has already absorbed their increase. So I think the gap, is it going to be flat? Is it going to be a quarter? Is it be a third? Somewhere in there. Yeah, I do think that 10-week window where the gap was 150 basis points was unusual, because non-QM went up and conventional went down. It was a weird time for me as an outsider to follow.
Yeah. And so, I mean, this kind of automatically bridges that gap, right?
Yep.
So now we're not, we're not talking about dealing with, 7% or 8% on these 30-year fixed. We're talking right in the money, right in between 6 to 6.5. Like we're able to be
That's awesome.
in the same market now. And then, an even more kind of cavalier, if you will, way of kind of rolling the dice with the market. And if you are, like, for viewers that are willing to kind of stomach the risk associated, because I know you hate arms, but we are doing a lot of arms in terms of being able to kind of allow clients to have much lower introductory rates. So right now, I think on arms, we were in for like a 5, 7, or 10-year, we were in the 5s, basically.
For 10-year fixed.
Yeah, for 5 and 7. 10 years,
5 and 7.
around the 30, sorry. 10 years around the 30, but 5 or 7, we're in the 5s. Which we haven't seen 5s for DSCR and just non-QM loans in general for like at least 4 months.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
So this brings us right into the ball game of that as well.
Yeah, I think we're going to do a separate video just on arms so people understand, 6-month, 5-year, 7-year stuff, even 10-year, and talk about why it may or may not make sense. But let's save that for another video. What I want people to realize is Convoy, because you've accessed, and again, running a good shop, you got a warehouse line, which is not easy to do, right? People aren't writing these big credit card, access to folks that aren't operating. So if they wanted to reach out to you and see how their situation could play, their DSCR, their asset backed, whatever, how would you want them to reach out?
Email privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com and let us know that you're from ORAT. Our website's getting revamped. It's in the process. So,
nice.
Hopefully then we can build in something for the ORAT family. But until then, please continue to email us and we'll, Dustin or I will reach out.
Yeah. And again, folks, go to privateclient@convoyhomeloans.com because it will be one of these two gentlemen that help you. They've made that commitment to the channel and to all of you. So if you're looking for a DSCR loan, non-QM loan, you need to reach out to these guys and see what is what. Rates are very competitive with conventional. The process is much easier, streamlined. Guys, thank you very much for all you do. I look forward to the ARM conversation.
Thank you.
Got it.